killers, warriors. That is the tradition in the Israelite School of UPK. Can I tell you a quick story? I was an officer of 50 one day. I was an officer of 50 and Commanding General Yohana. He was based out of headquarters in Harlem, New York, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And he came down to the city I was assigned to, Philadelphia. And one day he said, was it a Thursday or a Saturday? It was a Saturday. And he said, you brothers are going out, but you're not going out in your regular camps. You're going out in groups of twos. He said, first, we're going to wash each other's feet because Christ washed the disciples' feet in the Bible. But the top general, the 12 shield generals, are going to wash the feet of the troopers. And then after we wash each other's feet, meaning the highest men, wash the feet of the lowest men, then we're going out in groups of twos. I was an officer of 50 that day. And I remember being so excited because I knew that one camp would go to the most dangerous camp in Philadelphia. Who can guess what that camp was at the time? Nakar, 52nd and Market. And I knew that one camp would get to go to 52nd and Market. For you brothers not from Philadelphia, if you went to 52nd and Market speaking against Islam, you were getting killed in the 90s. You were dying. And I knew one camp would go there. And I remember thinking, please, Lord, send me to 52nd and Market. I must go to 52nd and Market. And I remember I was doing some campaigning for it, Salakia. I would go to talk to captains and 5,000s about, listen, whoever gets 52nd and Market, could you pick me? Because Commanding General Yohana gave an order that the 5,000s and the captains would get to pick their reader because it was just a speaker and a reader. And I remember going around to all the 5,000 and all the captains, and I said, whoever gets 52nd and Market, please pick me to go. And so it happened. The generals washed the feet of troopers that day. We had basins of water. And the generals, 12 shield generals, went down and washed the feet of troopers and officers of 50 in the school. And then they said, after this feet washing, we're going out to speak. But you're not going in your regular camps. You're not going with equipment. You're not going with food. You're going by twos and with no water and with nothing. And then the camp started to run out. 15th and Market, 16th and Market, Germantown and High, Mount Airy. And I'm sitting there going, please, God, pick me for 52nd and Market. Please, Lord, pick me for 52nd and Market. And then this brother stepped up and he said he was a captain and he was getting 52nd and Market. And he turned around to me and said, I want Mahayamin. And I almost cried. And he picked me and I said, Canada one con. And me and this brother got in his car and went to 52nd and Market with 5 signs. One of our signs was Allah is a rock and Islam is a lie. And we went out on this street corner, brother, the two of us at 52nd and Market. And we blazed up these Muslims. For you brothers that don't know, 52nd and Market is where every mosque is. It's the home of filthy Islam in Philadelphia. And we spoke, and the crowd got so big, and there was 2 of us. And all of a sudden, some giant crowd of Muslims came in front of us. And they came real fast. It was like 20 of them. And they came and they grabbed the sign that was down behind us. The sign that said, Allah is a rock. Right. And they took the sign. And they went to run away. And I jumped at them. And the captain said, Muhammad, stop. Just like this. And he put his hand in my chest. And I froze at his command. And they took the sign. And he said, don't worry about that sign up. And then we began to just blaze on Islam with no sign now because they took our sign. And all I can remember, brother, is harnessing anger. It was the first day that I knew, you know how you feel angry about a thing and it's kind of like a wildfire. And that day, because they took our sign, it was just two of us. I took a fire and focused it like a laser. I made it focused and direct and small and aimed at one thing. And I just started to speak that day on Islam. And I just kept going and going and going and going. And I remember going home that night. Of course, we went home and I had sex with a beautiful woman that night, like I do every night. And I remember feeling satisfied. You understand? Satisfied. And that night built who I am. And from that night, we send out 2 men, 4 men. That's it. You're going to go do it because it's going to build you. You don't know who you are because you haven't been able to be yourself. You haven't been out and done something that's a miracle, something that you never thought you could do. Your whole life, you've done what's easy, haven't you? You've done whatever was right in front of you. You've ate whatever thing was laid on your plate. But that day, you're going to have to take something off of someone else's plate. And then you'll know what it is to be a warrior. And that is One West.